Welcome back to the number one source for Marvel films and content and theories from your two favorite girls on the internet. I'm Rose.
I'm Meadow.
And we're watching, well, we already watched Thor Dark World.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, first though, I want to tease like some stuff. We have some stuff brewing for this season. We finally have it all planned out, and we're so excited to share everything with you guys. We're gonna be watching some outside of Marvel films.
Yeah.
If you have any suggestions that you want us to watch and review, put them in the comments down below. We also have not a bunch, but we have a few vlogs coming out because there's a lot of Marvel movie releases this year.
Finally.
Yeah, the next episode you're gonna see is literally a vlog because we're gonna go see Captain America.
Yeah.
Very excited for that one. We also have a Saturday night special of something coming out sooner or later.
Mm-hmm. What is
Check
she talking about?
back, about summertime. It's gonna be a great time. We're so excited.
Yes.
But for now, let's jump into Thor.
In these movies, let's not get into this one. This world is crazy.
Oh,
combinations and alignments and
but that was in our world too. And we were just blind.
Oh my! And
there were birds flying from the ground, and we didn't even know, bruh.
That's good. That's good. We don't gotta know everything. You see, the people who didn't know, they was probably fine. The people who was
the other Avengers.
Exactly. Because I'm thinking bro, did this happen at the same time as Iron Man? Because if this is basically almost right after Avengers, because the world was in chaos because Loki was causing
she
problems.
Was saying a year, either 6 months to a year, because actually was last time he was gone for X
2
amount
years.
Yeah. Oh, 2 years.
Yeah, I think it was 2 years.
Oh, so this is not right after. Because we know movies happen in the course of less than a week.
Right. They love doing that.
Yeah.
So
2 years after.
Dang.
But how long was Iron Man?
Yeah. I don't know. But let's keep going on. Let's keep diving in.
Anyways, first off, for some reason, when I clicked on the movie, I thought it was gonna be the plot of Ragnarok. And so I had that in my mind. And then I actually looked at it, I was like, oh wait.
This is
wrong.
Not cutesy and bright and
no.
Yeah,
no. Literally, it's called The Dark World. But because of that, I feel when I was watching through the movie, most of my notes were questions that were going to be answered.
Yeah.
And I feel just a note. I feel that's a good way to dissect movies if you want to get into it. We're not experts. No one has an English degree or anything like that.
We're just girls vibing.
Yeah, I feel that's a good way to be okay, why does this happen? Or why did they do X, Y, and Z?
Really get the people's brains.
Yeah. I also I have a cheesy, it's not a joke, but when they were doing the little story time in the beginning, I was evil elves, someone call Santa.
Oh my gosh, you're so silly. Very much auntie joke of you. Oh my gosh, they gotta get it, Santa.
I just wanted to put that in there. Okay, anyways. So in the beginning, I feel they set up Dragon Diamond. Oh, hello.
And
typing in ish. Sorry.
It's very interesting at the beginning how they're we're bringing the light. We're elves and we're bringing the light.
They're bringing the dark.
Yeah, that's what they said later on. They were talking about in the beginning though, they're trying to bring the light.
That's what they think the light is. Darkness. Yeah. But in the beginning, I feel going into Odin. First of all, his name is Odin Bor's son because their last name is just
Bor.
Yeah, weird. But I feel they try to paint. I don't remember Odin from the last movie, but I feel they try to paint Odin as this wise, all-knowing king. He knows the best. The first scene with him, he's talking to Loki, and why he's being put in prison and his sentence and everything.
Yes. And then he turns around and like he's so hypocritical later on in the movie.
We'll get into that.
But yeah, they definitely tried to paint him as this like he lost the eye about that. Well, not in this movie. They show how he loses his eye, but in like the lore, in the real lore, they're like, yeah, he wanted to seek all knowledge, so he gave up his eye for that.
Do you know the lore?
A little bit.
You took Greek mythology. Isn't it like Norwegian mythology though?
It's Norse mythology. It was a myth and folklore class.
Oh,
so we
okay,
talked a lot about Greek mythology, and then we also touched on Norse mythology.
Gotcha. Yeah, I did not take that class.
That's okay. It was a random elective. It was a lot of different students in there, like from different grades.
Yeah, I feel like that's good though.
Me too, but this is not the podcast for that.
Okay. But yeah, so like in the beginning, I was like, damn, like he eating Loki up, like period.
Oh my goodness, he was not playing around with him.
Yes, and then like you said, as we go through the movie, though, we'll see like it start to fall.
Like, bruh, what are you doing?
Yes, and then also we see. I'm gonna jump into it later, but we also see the beginning of like his relationship with Frigga, like you're lucky you're not dead, like it's because of your mother, not because of me, which is such a weird, interesting concept. I feel like you could use that to dissect him and Loki's relationship, because like you're only alive because of me. But then like you treat him like a subject instead of your son.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking as well, and that's what I wrote down, because I'm just like, what kind of, well, I just wrote down as like another flaw in his parenting. Like you're using this to guilt trip him, to like what, manipulate him, to make him feel bad. Like, what's the point of you bringing this and like holding this over his head? Literally. That's like adopting a child and just being like, yeah, you could have been out there on the street, right? Not for me, girl. You sound like you need to do some inner work. That's healing to do.
But I also feel like, because okay, there was a ton of Easter eggs in this movie that I noticed, and this is like a very far Easter egg. I don't know if it was like intentional or not, but like your birthright was to die, like wink, wink, hint, hint,
literally.
But like I don't know if they were like we know, let's put this in right now. I don't know if that was like set in stone, but yeah, it's so interesting because yeah, I feel like we could talk about. I feel like it's easier to understand Loki and Odin's relationship when you compare it to him and Frigga's relationship, and why they're so close compared to like him and Odin. And then with Thor, it's just like jealousy. But
and also if you think about their strengths and their weaknesses, because well, more so of their strengths, like Loki, magic is a strength for him, and for Thor, power and like muscle and fighting, brute force, that is his power. Well, his strength, and he pairs that with Odin. Like him and Odin have that in common, and then Loki and Frigga have the magic in common. So like there's that.
We see who spent time with what kid.
So I wonder then if it's like based off of that, then if Frigga spent more time with Thor, would he have magic powers? It's like never mind. That's for Ragnarok.
Yeah, not too much.
Yeah. Zip.
Okay. So yeah, that whole scene, and then we get to like they're fighting, they're reconnecting the 9 realms and blah blah blah. But we see like we see like a small actor switch. I don't remember his name, but the blonde guy.
Oh yes, I noticed that too.
Different actor.
Yeah, I didn't notice that in the beginning, but I noticed that when they were. Let me draw out a boat.
Yeah. I was like, oh, someone looks different here.
That's not him. And then also when they were coming back, I'm like, okay, so the Bifrost is intact. Like we're just gonna skip over that.
Really,
like,
I wrote that down in my other notes. Like, oh, what happened? But then they were like, yeah, we repaired the Bifrost, and now we're connecting the 9 realms.
I'm like, okay,
that's all we got.
Whatever. Got it. Well, because like he was acting like it was end all be all. Like
no, literally, you're never gonna see Dan ever again.
And I'm just like, what?
And then he shows up in New York with like no explanation, bro. How did you get here? Also, why don't they have ships?
Oh wait a second. So just because Thor was 2 years ago, that doesn't mean Avengers was 2 years ago. I just realized that because they said last time he was there, he disappeared for 2 years, and that was just him being in her life. So that was Thor, and then he was in New York,
like probably. So that's where I think I got the 6 months from. Mm-hmm. I want to say it was like 6 months to a year from New York.
Okay, word. Continue on though. Bifrost is fixed all of a sudden, and now we're moving.
Yeah. Side note. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why don't they have spaceships? Every other planet has spaceships. Like how the elves got to Asgard. Yeah. They just went through the atmosphere.
No, literally. I was like, y'all didn't have any protection for that. And then like he tried to put up the... I'm just like, okay, but what about all the other citizens that aren't in the palace? Like,
they're not priority.
They're not. Obviously not enough to have something around there. And like maybe they're just like,
Odin is really
Golden City. We're so perfect. Like we are the protector of the 9 realms. No one would dare come step up in here. Like I'm Odin. Bor's son. Yeah, I got Thor, Odin's son. Don't play with him. And yeah, maybe they're just the arrogance. You know how arrogant they have a palace of gold. Come on now.
But like, yeah, if Odin is willing to sacrifice his warriors, and we'll see this in the next movie too. Like he's willing, like,
and like he's almost no different from the elf man.
That's hinted at, not hinted, but Thor says that in the movie. What makes you different? Anyways.
Because I'm a winner. That's what he says.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
It's like, what, bro? Anyway.
Let's back on track.
Dial it back. Back
anyways. Yeah. One of my questions. Why did the 9 realms go into chaos? Like, just because the Bifrost was gone?
No, I think it's more so they saw that Loki was on Earth terrorizing things. They were like, okay, so like we getting it cracking.
Oh, like, okay. Mm-hmm. So like if they can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Very interesting. I feel like that could have been like a conversation though with Odin. Like he'd be like, you're supposed to be like he never like amps up Loki. He never encourages him. No. You're supposed to be a leader.
Yeah,
like you're supposed to be an example,
but all he do is treat him, like a stepson. He's just like, your birthright it was not to be the king of my kingdom, not that I build up. You's not Odin's son.
But like he also, if that was the case though, why didn't he just raise him as like a servant or something?
Exactly. Like why did you raise him as your son? Like
yeah,
your son specifically. Make it make sense.
I feel like that was Frigga. I feel like that wasn't him.
Well, then that would make sense.
Women gotta love them
because, like, he was. Well, we'll talk about their relationship more when he goes in prison.
Okay. And then why does Asgard look over everyone? Like, why are they in charge?
I would
sense
guess it's just because of like what they've done for the 9 realms, like. Before Odin, his father was protecting people, keeping the elves from bringing eternal darkness. And then I think this gets answered in Ragnarok when the person comes out, the person of secret, and things going down with Odin, and we see a little look into his past.
Right, right, yeah.
I think it was like, forceful.
Yeah, and it also makes it what? It also makes it interesting why Earth is so left out, because like it's part of the 9 realms, and it seems like all the other planets are aware, and it's only us in our universe. We're just
I think that's just the fact of its citizens,
but also because like they go to the other planets to stop like rebels and whatnot. And it's not like Earth doesn't have wars. Like, why aren't they coming in?
Maybe because it's always wars between different species. Like, different race of people from this planet.
So then why aren't... Where was Asgard during New York?
Thor. They had Thor. Like, no, literally, like, where are the other warriors? Exactly. But no, that wasn't their movie, so they had to sit out.
Right.
But no, that is a really, really good question because, yeah, he just pops up out of nowhere. Maybe because they were like, it's just Earth. It's just Loki. Like Thor can handle it. Yeah. Like he stopped down to go and get the Tesseract. Like we don't gotta worry. They probably weren't even watching. They're just like, oh yeah, Thor will be back in the 2 shakes of a lamb tail. He was back that same day. The fight only took 1 day.
That must suck. To be Loki.
No, for real. Didn't even get like. How long was that whole movie for his little power trip?
Not that long.
Not that long. Back to this
movie. Maybe like a week. Yeah. Back to this movie. But yeah, they were battles and blah blah blah, and they come back, and I feel like this is the beginning of. This is really quick, but I feel like this is the beginning of where you start to see like Odin's wiseness start to crumble, because like, you know, Thor comes back and he's distracted, you know, he's distraught. And I was like, you should be here in the present, like you should party, you should drink, you should date Agardian women, like human lives are fleeting, they mean nothing.
And I'm just like, oh, okay, but you
right, we're not gods,
right? Like you was just telling Loki, but now all of a sudden, right?
Literally, yeah, no, we breathe and die just like humans, but like they ain't nothing. But you can't marry one.
Like you yapper, just yapping.
Literally. And I feel like this brings up the question of like, is it Odin? At least in the beginning, that we don't know. Odin hasn't crumbled all the way. Like, is it Odin just being traditional, like we know the traditional kingdom ways, or is he being maybe protective of Thor? Like, you know, she's not going to live very long. You're just going to get your heart broken. So maybe there's like this.
You're right.
Tug and pull.
I think it could be a little bit of both, because he definitely doesn't give me a very emotionally intelligent kind of person to where he's going to like actually say what he means. He's just going to like do it in that kind of way.
Yeah.
So
literally pointing at Sif. That one.
Like, stop playing around. No, I am going to play around. That's what he said.
Father.
Yep. Because that's he being respectful.
Also, because the scene when they're like partying and stuff, it gives me very like medieval times, like back in the day, like what like our like Game of Thrones type thing. It's okay. I've only seen one season. Anyways, and it's like I feel like this movie could have been outside of Marvel. Like they could have made Asgard like its own medieval times movie, because like it fits in. They just make it alien.
Yeah.
And they live for like 5,000 years. Literally it.
Dude, yeah, because I am curious about the rest of Asgard. And it's like, is it just one big floating city? Like, is it like a country?
Right!
Because, like,
it's a whole planet. And there's only one...
like, landmass. And then it's just a water edge?
Huh.
Like,
maybe the whole planet is water. And it's, like, just this one floating island.
Little do they know there's another floating island. Dun, dun, dun. But no, yeah, I would think that it's nothing. Whatever.
What?
No, yeah, it would have to just be like that. But no, like it looks like it's a flat edge. Like it's,
well, like the Earth can also look flat sometimes.
No, I'm talking about when they zoom out, like not when they're on it. Yeah, like when they're.
Well, it's definitely not flat.
It's like
planets aren't flat,
but it's not. You know, it's not the same as every other planet. It has like spikes at the bottom.
But like when they do the little the bridge thing, it's like a scope.
What scope?
What's that thing called?
The Bifrost?
The Bifrost, yeah. Like a cone. Like,
okay, but that doesn't mean that has nothing to do with the shape.
I guess. Girl, I don't know. But like also the water, girl.
Let's find out.
Let's take it to Asgard. Like I can't answer this question. Girl. But like this also I feel like brings up the question for other movies too. Like when you think of the future movies and like the alien planets, you only ever go to like one area. I mean, I guess that doesn't mean they don't have other areas.
Yeah. Okay. See, it's flat.
It's a floating island. Is that space? Or is that just like...
Right, like, because do
the
they have
atmosphere?
Do they just breathe space air? Like,
can he breathe in space?
I've never seen him in space just raw. And even, well, no, yes, he's perfectly fine in space. Because, spoiler, but in Infinity War, when he has to get an axe made,
but they're on like a skull,
and he had to he had to go to the dying star. Remember, he went out into space where the dying star was, and he had to like hold open this catalyst to let the star come through. You'll see it, but yeah, they can breathe perfectly fine in space. They have to be able to breathe perfectly fine in space, because why did Loki not just like and die in the first one where he fell off the edge? See, that's why I'm saying, like,
I'm so confused, bro.
Is this an icy version of Asgard just on the bottom? Oh, hey, look at this. It looks like the 9 worlds. Oh, sad.
9 realms.
Well, they called it the 9 worlds on this little...
They're wrong.
Picture. Look at
that. Bro, what? But, like, you can't have a floating piece of... I mean, you can't have a floating piece of rock in space.
So...
like, Earth science is not computing. Because planets are round.
It's Asgardian science. See, and that's why they don't mess with us. Because they're like, oh, humans, their box is too small.
Well, if you would, like, inform us.
No, they don't want to be our teachers.
Well, then don't complain.
Listen, that's up to us to go find out. Just like how when white people get on to the social media,
that's different. That's different. Because when we do go and find out, people call us crazy.
Well, we shouldn't be listening to people. We need to be listening to aliens, if that's who we're trying to talk to.
Anyways, okay, let's hop off Asgard.
Okay,
let's go back to Earth. We in London. We not in, where were they? Ohio or New Mexico?
Ohio. Yeah,
I was gonna say Idaho,
Area
too.
51 is not in Ohio. Yeah. Sorry, Ohio.
First off, why did Darcy follow Jane to London? Like, she's just an intern for college. Like, she's getting credit for it.
Yeah.
She's not getting paid.
No.
She's not a scientist.
Nope. Well, she changed her major. Yes, she was a whatever scientist. Whoa. She was a whatever scientist, like a social scientist or something. And then after everything happened with Thor, she switched her major. Why is she following Jane? I don't know. Maybe maybe it's a part of the program. Maybe when she had to switch, she had to do extra time. Like, I'm not for sure. They don't really explain much about Darcy. And honestly, I kind of stopped liking her from this movie. I was just like, why would she do that to that girl on that date? I did not like the way she did that.
Was she interrupted?
Yes. And she just like kept, and she was talking about her ex-man, and was talking about how she was just in her shower, in her pajamas, and like being a bum. I'm just like, you gonna out this girl? She is having a bad time right now. She's going through this, heartbreak situation, trying to do better.
It's been 2 years.
Okay, but she didn't have to air her out in front of her new man.
That's not her new man. That's the first date.
But exactly, still,
she's just an honest and truthful girl. Like,
yeah, no,
she's keeping it real.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I feel like Darcy is just like a comedic relief character. Oh, definitely think that's her role.
Definitely think that's her role, but it was not funny.
I was like, yeah, you just don't like her.
Why would she do that to her?
Also, Ducky is holding a sea bass.
Yes, from this scene.
Don't even know if you can see it.
Sea bass.
Maybe that's what we should call our episode.
Sea bass.
No one's gonna click on it. Sea bass.
Next. The Renaissance sea bass.
The Renaissance sea bass. But yeah, we don't get much from this. They just, Seabass. Oh, I gotta go. Things are happening. Yeah.
Bye.
And then we get the new scene. Eric, he's streaking naked. He's in London. Was it like Eric went to London and then Jane followed Eric to London?
I think that's what
and then
is.
So Darcy okay. Yeah.
And then he was no longer in London. I thought he went somewhere
Probably
else,
went
but
to
no, I think he was to London.
He might have been like just somewhere in the UK.
Yeah, because I think he was near Stonehenge, and I don't know
where somewhere on that island.
Yeah.
But we see how much Loki and Avengers affected him. Like, people think he went crazy. And I feel like this brings up the question, like, we don't see it. We don't see it in the future either. But how much did Loki affect Clint? Like, did Clint have this little, like, crazy moment going on? We'll never know.
We won't.
And then also, where is S.H.I.E.L.D.? Like, did he quit? Did they fire him? Like, no, shouldn't they be helping him out? Because, like, he literally got messed up because of S.H.I.E.L.D. He was on the job.
Yeah. That's true.
Fury, where you at?
Hello. Bogus. Yeah.
And then we get don't label it yet, but we get like the first sign of the convergence. I feel like it was kind of cool how kids found the convergence. I feel like it shows us like the innocence of kids and like how naive they are. Cause like she was saying when the cops came, like, no, now you're gonna have the feds here, S.H.I.E.L.D's gonna be here, yada yada. Like, if it was adults, that place would have been like locked down right away. But it was kids, so no one knew about it, and they were just playing around, having fun.
They were like, "Are you the cops?"
No, okay. Let's have some fun.
Bro, why would he throw the keys in there?
No, literally. I was like, this is why intern doesn't get a name.
Because why would
you throw the keys?
Were those the car keys? Yeah.
Wait. If those were the car keys, later in the movie, she gets in the car and she drives away.
Yeah, because
she finds them.
Yes.
Okay, I'm like,
something isn't right.
Something isn't adding up. Anyways, and then I don't remember who said it, but someone says the convergence somewhere after this scene, and it's like, okay, the convergence. What is that?
What is it?
What's gonna happen? Why is this word important? Where did Jane go? What is this thing that attacked her? Because at first when we were in the scene, I thought she was gonna like reach out and touch it, but like it touched her.
Trying to find the body. It looked like blood floating around. Maybe it's like an entity. To be with somebody.
What is it?
What is it?
Yeah, it's like a virus. It needs the host.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Snaps.
Okay. I call him Malachi because that's not his name. No.
I was like, girl, that's his name. What you mean you call him? That's good.
His name is Malekith or
Malachi.
Something, but like, I wrote down Malachi. Yeah, Malachi. But like, okay, yeah. Thor's like, I can't see her no more. Like what happened to you, bro? Like,
I've been watching you, baby girl. You disappeared.
And so she takes her back to Asgard.
Yes. So
okay, yeah. Go ahead.
I thought it was kind of like, it doesn't seem very safe for her to be traveling through the Bifrost. Like, seemed kind of dangerous for a little earthly girl. And a little spoiler here, but perhaps like all of this is why she gets sick.
Yeah, maybe.
Because like she's going through the
spoiler.
I literally just said spoiler.
I didn't
hear you. But no, yeah, like she has this space stuff inside of her body, and then she's traveling through space. Like space is the creator of all kind of things, so maybe all the radiation comes from
a new
there
planet,
too.
diseases.
Correct. And so it's just like her immune system got a lot of stuff
shooken up.
Shiver me timbers. Okay, let's move on.
Okay. But yeah, and then Odin finds out, yada yada, and we learn that Malachi created the ether. Now, why are you looking at me crazy?
How would he have created the ether?
That's what Odin said.
No, he didn't. He said that it was a part of a group of stone relics.
He said he created the ether. I swear, because I wrote this down. I was like, okay, if he created the ether, did he create all the stones? Did he just create the one stone? I wonder if this is like a comic book explanation. Like there has, like they couldn't have left that so
ambiguous.
Yeah.
We'll look it up. Let's find out. You want to keep moving on?
Yeah.
Tell me what else you're thinking.
Oh, but then I was okay, why is this one also the only one that's liquid?
Well, yes, that's what I was saying while you were looking up.
Yeah.
About it being the property that it is. And how that property is changing.
Ever flowing.
Yeah.
Like liquid.
Yeah.
Just like a cat. Cats are liquid. Anyways. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that scene. Because that is very important information. Which will be cleared more in this movie. They don't leave us too up in the air. Stones. We're in the dungeon now. You know, Loki, Frigga, you know, she made it all nice and comfortable for him. He got some.
I have something to say. So the relics did come from the Big Bang. Came from some kind of singularities. The ether is not the same thing as the relic. The ether was created from the relic. So he did create the ether, but the ether itself is not the relic. He made the relic into the ether.
Yeah.
And that makes sense as why I could do that because of the property that it represents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they just switch it.
I don't remember how it goes back to the original form of the relic. They don't explain it.
He just like, yeah, I did it.
I think they show it when he obtains the relic. Because they take...
Doesn't he have it already?
No, they take the relic to a special place.
Yeah. And
then he gets it back from that place later on.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's so interesting because then there was... What? Okay, anyways. I guess that makes sense because, like, it was so stupid before. Like, when I saw it, I was like, why? Anyways, we're in the dungeon. Yeah, it's all nice and comfortable. And, like, they have... This is my personal favorite scene in the movie because Loki's like, yeah, like, that's not... Bro, that's not my dad, like that's not my brother. And she's like, am I not your mother? Like, what? Oh, bro, you're not my mom. And then like the pause. No, you're not.
Ouch. And then sad. Last thing he ever said to her.
Oh my god, literally. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, last words to his mama is, "Did you not my mama?" Damn. Be nice to y'all moms, man. Be nice to y'all moms.
If they deserve it. Not everybody deserves it. I'm just saying. Anyways. But I feel like this gives us more information into like Loki and Frigga's connection. I feel like it just shows she's a good mom because, like, you want your kid to be comfortable.
Right.
You know?
You brought them bugs. I'm supposed to just live out my days doing da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
It's better than doing nothing.
Yeah, consequences for your actions, but at least, like, I gave you stuff.
And he loves not having accountability. He's like, no, I'm doing this just like my Odin. Just like father.
Yeah.
It's like...
But I feel like that's, like... Talk about this in a few bullet points below, but I feel like that's just like his wall.
Yes,
it like Loki has a lot of defenses up, and you can see it.
So many walls, man. And like when we see the series and just like how all of that comes crashing down
all at once,
like boom. Talk about ego death, like absolute and pure ego death. Crazy.
Yes, and then we also see she's magical. She ain't there, you know, and.
Just like him.
Gone.
That's his trick. He loved pulling that trick.
Yes.
He loved a little duplicate.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So we see at least how much time they spent together.
Yeah.
And how much of what his mother taught him he uses.
Yeah. That really stuck with him.
And like, he's just like a frost giant. Like, he wouldn't have.
And I wonder, why is his magic green? Like, why is it not blue? Because her magic isn't green.
What color is her magic?
It was golden. Maybe
it's like a embodiment of your aura.
And yellow mixed together makes green.
Oh.
So I feel like that goes with aura too, because he got the frost giant aura, and now he got Asgardian aura.
Right.
Now it mixed together and made green.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's continue on.
Yeah.
Mama's not really there. She just magic.
Yeah, and I feel they're obviously close. They obviously spent time together. Like, he has some, even though he won't show it, he has some sort of like soft spot for her. Mm-hmm. So like, even though he's snippy, we still see like you're my mom. Yeah. Even though I won't say it, you're my mom. You're my mom. Yeah. Come on. I also feel like it's not just my favorite scene. This scene is also important. Like, with the whole essence of the movie, I feel like this is where like the climax is. The guy does. Also, what is that? The little rock stone thing?
So I would guess that it's something derived from the ether.
Okay.
Because like,
and they just got multiple lying around.
Maybe, because they had one in the beginning of the movie. Yeah. Maybe that's not just multiples laying around, because that's only the second one, and they was years apart. So maybe it'd take time to make one. Maybe
no, in the beginning of the movie. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's years.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say like derived from that power. They had a little couple saved, tucked off to the side, because they obviously didn't have the ether at the time to just make one fresh.
Right.
Yeah, so they had to have one safe for later, because it looks very detrimental and destructive of a power.
Yeah, all consuming.
Yikes.
But still conscious
for the most part. Yeah,
at least the guy was. We don't know about the little elf.
Correct.
Maybe like, yeah,
special.
Yeah, he is. He's the right hand.
Here.
But yeah, he takes a little thing and like he breaks free and he breaks everyone out but Loki. And I feel like this is a question of, does he know Loki is like fake? Like, does he know he has a guard up? Can he sense it? Or does he know Loki's Asgardian and like he doesn't trust him?
I feel like it would be more of like he knows that he's Asgardian, maybe like knows that he is of the royal family of some sort, because at this time Loki didn't have the mask up. The mask is up when Mama dies, and like he have a little temper tantrum.
But like he's also like rebellious. He's also frost giant. He also tells him, "Yo, left stairs."
Thinking he's leading him to Odin's quarters or something. And I would guess that perhaps like because Loki wasn't showing any desire to get out, like he was just kind of chilling.
Well, he was like smirking at him.
Yeah,
like me next type. Yeah.
Well, not happening. What's next?
Okay. And then all hell breaks loose.
They do.
The elves
get really fast though.
Yeah.
He was booking it.
They get past him.
They do.
And which is so interesting. Like they have this spaceship, that he can't see. Heimdall can't detect it. Is it just because we've seen?
What have we seen?
Have we seen like an invisible spaceship so far? Like S.H.I.E.L.D. has.
Yeah, just S.H.I.E.L.D. was aircraft, but not a spaceship.
So is it just like
would be the first spaceships we've seen?
Wait.
We haven't had any other movies.
No, they were just like lizard things.
Like those were animals,
yeah.
Space worms or something.
Yeah. Okay, but is it just an ability that Heimdall can't seize? Or like is it some special, like why can't
Yeah, like why
he sensed them.
And
like they're just coming in the atmosphere that they might not have. Like they're not even going like through a secret tunnel like the frost giants or like
yeah,
but so like even Loki can shield stuff from him.
Yes, like there were certain kind of pathways that he went through. So that's what I'm saying. Like if he can sense things and see things, why wasn't he able to sense the ships coming? Like no kind of forewarning. Just when they were there, like all of them were there. And
but he also like looked at Homeboy like suspiciously, but then he just let it go. Like when he was walking in with the prisoners, he was like eyeing him.
I don't know why he didn't say anything.
How old is this man?
He just got a lot on his brain, you know. He's seeing
all the other he's seeing people. Everything.
Exactly. So he's just like, man, I got something else I gotta focus on right now. Let them handle it. And they handled it all right. And
he got a family, which we find it's not that big of a spoiler, but we find that out next movie. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I definitely forgot.
So like how he got time for that? He up on that bridge all day.
Maybe he's not that good of a father. He just had time to make the kids. That's it.
That's a good
Listen, man.
A good quick 5 little minutes.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh my god. Anyways, but yeah, we see these alien thing. What are they called? Elves. They get in. He tried to, and then he was like, nope. And yeah. Anyways, while I was watching this, I realized back to like Asgardian being medieval. Asgards are like the only people we've seen so far who don't use like guns or like space guns.
Literally, yeah.
Because even like the aliens in New York, they had their form of guns. These elves have form of guns, and they're older than Asgard. Asgard, they just have like their sword.
Yeah, they're very and shield. And like, man, they were so ill prepared for any kind of attack. Like, they had no like, okay, like if we get stormed, like here's the plan. Like everybody be safe.
This goes back to what you were saying though, how they're like, no one's gonna come at us. Like we protect everybody.
So leisure. Like,
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
High on their pedestal.
And man, I feel like the way that Frigga was talking and speaking with Jane, right? But like when they had saw Odin, like passing time, it's like
do everything I say.
I feel like she knew that she was gonna die.
She knew something was gonna happen.
Yeah,
but she's also like, I feel like she's more wise and all knowing than Odin.
She gotta be, cause she the wife.
Queens always are. It's so annoying,
and it's probably because like they're more observant. Like, yeah, you may know all of the things, but he's talking to her, so she's knowing what he know, and then she's sitting back and like watching from a third person point of view and not just living in it. So like,
women are just the best.
Love us.
But yeah, she's also like all knowing. She's also not just a queen. Like we already know she's magical
and she can fight.
Yeah, she's a warrior.
She's not scared. She said, "Are you ready to die?" Dang,
which
girl.
makes sense because like Odin was like it with Sif. Sif is a warrior. She's not just like any.
And she's smart.
Yeah,
and she gonna speak her mind too.
Yeah. Frigga is a triple threat, quadruple threat. She do magic. She can fight. She rule a kingdom.
She a baddie. Like,
what can she do?
Not get stabbed in the back. Yeah. Dang. R.I.P.
But like I feel like watching this movie the first time through is like there's a lot of that happened. They have a lot of like JKs. I feel like that's so Thor written.
Like, bro,
everything's like you thought, but no, she actually did
on the mission. Yeah, when I was like, bro. Anyway,
this is the first JK with Jane. She ain't there. Gotcha.
Right. I was like, what?
Never mind. Yeah. He was like, what?
Said, hey, calm down.
And then she dies. R.I.P. They have a funeral.
They have a Vikings funeral for her.
So, like, what are they? Are they Norwegian? It's Vikings Norwegian.
So Norse mythology, yeah, it's like the area where Vikings come from.
Yeah,
it's like a Vikings religion. Yeah.
Okay, it's like because later in the movies they settle down and like Norway or something.
Yeah, somewhere over there.
Where are
New
these
Asgard.
places? Yeah, I don't know. Anyways,
yeah, definitely like a Germanic, North Viking, all that kind of.
And we also see this with their hair too. They have a lot of like braids and long.
The way that they dress. Yeah.
This is what we mean when it's tap into your culture.
Get into it, you know. Lots.
You want to braid your hair? Look at Thor. Okay, all right, enough.
Everyone got their beautifulness in their own right. Yes.
Y'all got your own culture.
Though, she is going through it. My goodness.
She's strong though, which is so interesting for a mortal human fleeting life.
She not just no regular mortal.
Apparently.
Because she can take the stuff.
Apparently.
The juice.
Yeah. The juice.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, they have a funeral. Loki's not at the funeral.
Because he in jail. That's what happened when you in jail. You can't go to your mama's funeral.
I feel like though, ironically, if she was alive, she would make sure Loki was at the funeral. But like, this is a testament. Like, the only person that was looking out for him was her, and now she's not there no more. And guess who fault it is? His. And he doesn't even know.
No, he doesn't.
Which is a new perspective. Crazy. Yes, a new perspective I've got, because like that puts more weight on what happens in his series.
Because it's just like when like later on when him and Thor are talking, like he's blaming her, like you didn't even protect your mom. Yeah. Like, yeah, you put her in danger.
Yeah,
they would have never known. And also, like, if that was the bedroom, why did he assume that Odin was gonna be there? Like, what was the point of him sending him up that way?
Maybe he doesn't really know his father.
Maybe
they didn't spend time together.
Right. Maybe like the king's quarters and like where he resides, like during the work day or whatever, is close to the bedroom.
Yeah. Or like maybe he didn't think Odin would be on the forefront. Because like Thor is like, yeah, you need to get out on the field with us, like connecting the 9 realms. He's like, nah, I'm gonna stay here. But now he want to be out in the field.
Right, because his whole kingdom is under attack on his home turf. That's the thing. It's not out and about. It's where he resides. They done put a spaceship in his house. That was crazy.
Literally.
They did not care. And
they just left it there.
They did. Like, nobody's working on getting that out? No.
And this also brings up a question, which I feel like it's more like, not that much of a hint, but like, I feel like when you see kingdoms and like when you hear about it, kings and queens don't just have one kid. Like, even if their first child is a boy to like take over the king, they have more than one kid.
Yeah, you gotta ensure.
Yeah,
if they die.
And Odin knew from the beginning he wasn't gonna make Loki a king,
because he just had to have him just in case. Because what if Thor turned out like?
I don't think he would have ever made Loki king.
But we don't know, because if Thor would have like died or something, that would be the only one left.
But no, bro.
Yeah, I don't think he would let a frost giant be the king of Asgard.
But like, it's still like, why didn't they have more kids? Why didn't they have more sons?
Because they had two. You know how old they are at this point? Those eggs is dried up. She done. Nah. Ever fertile, our queen.
She can do no wrong. Anyways, we back on Earth. Jumping back and forth. We see prisoner Stan.
I did not know that was a jail. I did not connect that until.
No, I was like, he teaching in the school. What is going on?
I'm like, is this just an old people's home? What is Stan in jail for?
No, they were all old.
Maybe they got a specific.
No, it was a psych ward.
Jail.
It was a psych ward.
Okay.
Yeah, because he went crazy.
Yeah,
he didn't do anything. He was just streaking.
He was rambling.
Yeah, that's my father,
man. And then when he threw that bag of pills away, when he was like, "Yeah, I knew I wasn't crazy,"
because he's not.
He popped one and then he tossed it.
Well, yeah, he figured it out afterwards. Yeah. After he popped it,
he was like,
"I knew I wasn't crazy. There was a god in my head. What y'all expect me to act like?" We know who isn't strong. Eric.
See, maybe Clint didn't have maybe this didn't have that much of an effect on him because he already had grew up with manipulative people.
Apparently he was in the circus or something.
Correct,
an orphan.
Yeah,
which we never dive into.
And we don't get to know anything. We had to look that up ourselves.
Oh, that's how we know?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I was like, how do I know that information?
Because we found out with detectives.
Which is also, one of the days we're gonna have to read some comics.
One day.
I feel like these all get answered.
We're gonna have a nice reading vlog. Read with us.
Or that could be a live stream.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. But I didn't want to say that on the thing. I didn't know if we were telling that to them yet.
Oh, maybe just if y'all want to comment down below if you think you want to see a live stream from us, on YouTube, on Twitch.
Let us know. Let the girls know.
We can watch, the Marvel movies or other movies live. You get our commentary because we be talking a lot.
These notes be happening in our head real time.
Yeah, real time. Or we can play the new Marvel Rivals movie for the one time.
Meadow can be fighting games.
Meadow can watch me play.
yeah. I'm gonna cheer her on.
Yeah. Let us know what you think about that concept. Anyways, Clint, blah blah blah. This is where I started not to like Odin. I don't remember what he does. Oh, I think it's just the tension between him and Thor. Yes. Thor being like, yo, we gotta do something. And Odin's like, no, we gonna stay here and wait.
Mm-hmm. It's
your wife died last time you did that.
Well, they weren't really sitting there and waiting. They didn't even know if a fight was gonna happen. But yes, last time they fight on home turf, it didn't end well. And it's your whole planet is your city. Mm-hmm. So where are you gonna fight them at? You're doing all of this.
I'll sacrifice every warrior that needs to be sacrificed.
And see, I think that what is not being, said out loud here is that he's grieving. Yeah. So his grief is interacting with his whole situation.
Thor says that he's blinded.
Fool of an old man. Yeah. Because all he cares, he's about I'm a winner. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be winning. Mm-hmm. That's the difference between me and the elves. And it's no, Pookie. If Thor didn't do what Thor did, y'all would not.
He didn't win. Thor won.
Correct.
Speaking of grieving, we see Loki grieve, which also gives us more into his relationship with Frigga. Mm-hmm. If Odin would have died, that man wouldn't have dropped a tear. He would have threw a party. He would have celebrated.
Finally.
Yes, but we see this literal wall. He puts up a fake, which isn't that. It's kind of obvious though. When he's talking to Thor, he's very aggressive off the jump. Mm-hmm. He's not snarky and mischievous, which he usually is when they conversate with each other.
Such a good point.
Yeah, he's why are you here? Yada yada yada. He's
here to watch me. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, it's Loki, come on. I know you.
I know you hurt.
Right. Let's get together. Mama. Yeah. And he is hurt.
His feet was dirty.
There's stuff on the wall.
Yeah, what?
Chairs everywhere. I was what does he have in here, bro?
What was he doing? I know he got some charcoals. Maybe she gave him some stuff to draw, to read and to draw. So that's
he's one of those kids that would punch the wall in high school. So I saw that happen real time.
That's so scary.
But yeah, they team up because you need Loki. Brothers back together.
Yes.
Getting his revenge.
Yes.
We see, I feel this phase, we're going to see a lot more cameos. Mm-hmm. Especially after the Avengers are okay, they're a team. Mm-hmm. Let's just show you a little bit of how they're a team. Just little droplets.
Just a little bit.
They might not help out, but they'll be there for 5 seconds.
And see, I think that we should definitely note that it was Cap for this cameo. Cap and Thor have this special kind of relationship.
Always.
Literally always, that the other Avengers do not have.
I feel because they think very similarly. Thor is a warrior and what's his name? Cap.
That's your man.
Cap is a soldier, and so their mindsets are very similar in how they attack certain things. But also they're not well, Cap doesn't have a father, but they're not they're
He did have a daddy. He grew up with his daddy.
I mean, like right now, like they're like Thor's not like his dad. Like he's not stubborn. Ass stubborn. Like he's able to like see things
Cap
differently.
Not like his dad either.
Because he did.
Yep.
But like they're more reasonable. You know, Thor has a little bit of ego, but like Cap doesn't have an ego. Yeah, they attack things. I'm saying the same things over and over again.
But you know, because we gotta let them know. And I think that is a really good point about the ego, because all of the other Avengers do typically have this ego that's behind. Like even Clint, like we see it happen. He's like obviously ego.
He like, suffers through a lot. I feel like he's kind of similar to like Banner, where he has like self-deprecation. Like the reason he turned is because like he lost control. Like there was literally nothing he could do.
Yeah. But like,
and especially if he's like, I'm a perfect shot. Of course you're gonna have an ego.
Like
I never miss.
But yeah, and we already saw Thor go through his complete utter ego death in the very first movie. Yeah. So yeah, let's go, girl. And Steve, he was just a little guy his whole life.
That's usually, but like, I feel like that makes the best people. Like the best people come from people who go through struggle. Like you can't be on top and then be able to. I mean, you can, but like you can't relate to everyone in the same way.
Yeah,
you don't fight for it if you're not working hard for it.
Yes,
you don't have to climb to the top. You're not gonna understand how people got there.
That's why you gotta check on your funny friends, man. They be going through it. Check on your funny friends. Be nice to your mom.
Yo. If they deserve it.
Both of them.
Not everybody deserves that mess.
Okay. So,
yes, Cap cameo.
Thor's friends don't play about him. Mess him up, and I will kill you.
Get in line.
I got 3 other people that's gonna kill me too. Like, y'all can stump me out. Whatever.
Come on. But a little note that I wrote down. Thor, when he went to Odin, he's like, you locked Jane up, like, down in the dungeon. I thought this girl was gonna literally be in the dungeon. This girl was in a bedroom. Chilling. Please stop being so dramatic. I know that's the love of your life, but like, come on.
There? I cannot believe this.
Literally. He down by that girl bad.
Bad.
But like them talking about how easily they would kill Loki, I feel like they view killing differently than like the average human being or like American. Be like, no, like killing's bad. Like you can't just like, if you compare it to Spider-Man and like how we get into like why Spider-Man can't hold Mjolnir, like Spider-Man can't, the concept of him, he doesn't kill people. Like killing a person to Peter Parker is like, my life is over, like I ruined everything. Like
I think that Peter is the exception, not the rule. Like come on, there are so many like examples of like just regular everyday people, like people threaten people all the time.
Maybe it's just a me thing.
Yeah, because like maybe what you mean? Maybe it is.
Okay, it's a me thing. When I think about people and bad people, I don't go, I'm gonna kill you. Sorry.
Listen.
So yeah. They're very different than myself because
bless your sweet heart.
Yeah, I wouldn't go around threatening people's lives. But also I had equated that to like, since they're literally warriors, like the whole planet is a concept. And like Odin was like, yeah, I don't think Odin said this. I think I said this. But like killing wins wars. So like it's second nature. Like it's not something they question of being bad.
Yeah.
I feel like it also comes from like Christianity though too, because like killing is a sin.
Right.
So like you're not supposed to kill other people. There's no this concept isn't there.
And see, with this religion, like dying in battle, like going through that's
a privilege.
Correct. Like you get picked up by what are the beautiful angel ladies called?
Girl, I don't remember.
Valkyrie. They get picked up by the Valkyrie.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I thought the Valkyrie were just warriors.
No, like they're the people that take you to heaven. So take you to Valhalla.
But they're also warriors.
Yeah, they can also fight.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
We need to watch that movie.
Valhalla?
Ragnarok.
Oh. Right. Ragnarok, they don't really explain the true role of the Valkyrie.
Really?
Yeah.
We have to wait all the way to freaking Love and Thunder?
They talk about the Valkyrie in Love and
How
Thunder?
do you know this information?
Norse mythology.
Oh.
Yeah. Not Marvel.
Girl.
Yeah, sorry, girl.
I'm like, I'm ready.
I'm sorry, but
I'm ready to tune in.
That's what happens. They take them to their heaven, Valhalla.
So I think it's maybe a different concept.
But no, like when they die on the battlefield, like that's how they get the privilege to go to Valhalla. But yeah, it's a definitely.
I feel like it's an interesting
fighting,
concept.
War,
yeah,
and killing is just
that's a part of life. Yeah,
like you said. Let them know.
I feel like Peter's not the exception. There's Banner.
Yeah, he don't count though because Hulk. Do you know how many bodies Hulk got?
But it's like he's always like, how many people got hurt? You know,
right? Because he already done hurt them. And he talk about how he always mad. Yeah, I know he be want to pop a head off when he just being Banner. And in our last episode, we were talking about like, oh, you know, nicknames. They just call Banner. Like they don't call him Bruce. I think that's because he's a doctor. They call him Dr. Banner. Yeah. But continue on.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Little off the movie. Mm-hmm. When I was like first watching these movies, I used to ship Sif and Loki together. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. I felt some tension. Yeah, I felt it.
Enemies to lovers.
Yes, bro. Yes. Like I was like, no, like that's Thor. I don't see it. Loki,
the two dark hairs together. Like yes, brunettes, do your thing.
Keep it stereotypical.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. Anyways, they're fleeing. We finally get closure from Thor 1. How Loki got the frost giants in. Their little, which is so interesting because I thought it was like his magic, but apparently it's just like a loophole or something. Yeah. I don't know. Then they get to wherever the heck the elves are.
The planet, like I think it's the planet of the elves, wherever.
So creative.
Well, no, that's not what it's called.
The North Pole. Where's Santa?
You're silly. But no, wherever the elves' home planet is, and they were like, oh, we're floating around. Wait, he's at home. Like, we don't gotta go to Asgard. Let's go get the stone from there. I mean, the ether.
And also, we see that, like, he's not the only one who can sense the ether. The ether senses him, too. So there's this connection.
How do you...
Because when they get to the planet, she's like, Malachi. What I call him?
Malachi. Yeah.
Malachi, yeah. She, like, says his name before they even, like, see them or anything. Okay. Yeah, with her dark eyes and everything.
Oh, yes. I was saying that she is, like, this whole movie's a bad acid trip for her.
She fighting for her life.
Like, she really is.
But at least she's not whiny. She's definitely not.
Man.
Thor is very good. Like, the movies are very good at depicting the women as warriors. Like, they are a part of the fighting. They're not just like these fragile beings. They're like, help me.
I think that has a lot to do with like the religion and like what the that whole mythology is.
Yeah,
like not even just in the Marvel movies, but in the whole situation. Like the ladies are warriors too. So
why they go backwards?
I'm finding that out in my book. It's a whole ordeal.
And then like, yeah, Jane is like, she's a scientist. Like, she is smart. She's not this well, yeah, she's not. Because Thor even says it. Like, Loki's like, is your girl okay? She's like, no, she's strong. Like, we know Jane is up to the test.
Yeah.
Maybe this is just like a trend of like phase 2 where they start to see women as more than just like a love interest. We'll have to check it out.
Yeah, we'll have to be mindful
in the future. Yeah.
Be mindful of that in the next movies that's coming out too. See if we can mention anything about that.
Yeah, because Guardians of the Galaxy will definitely show that.
There's more of those coming out. Oh wait,
no. In phase 2. No. I hope not.
I'm like, oh my goodness.
You're like,
more.
oh no. Maybe we can skip that one.
Oh my goodness.
Like, yeah, the women in that movie are strong. I feel like it's with the changing times.
Because we're transitioning out of the early 2000s and going into the 2010s. Yeah. My goodness.
Yes. But yeah, this is where we're getting back to London, and like they have Homeboy out, and like they're like, no, like this is the convergence, like you're not crazy, yada yada yada. And I wrote down, like, is a mad scientist ever truly crazy? Like, do they just know more than other people?
Yeah, they're just more aware of certain things than others are, and before the masses accept it as reality, then they're calling them crazy. We, as like a human society altogether, have a really bad habit of just like
fearing the unknown.
Yeah, like just counting things out just because everybody don't know about it. Like, bro, words are literally made up. Chill.
Literally.
Anyway.
Yeah. I wrote down a note, which I don't think is accurate anymore, but I was questioning why Thor could touch Jane and like no one else. But I think now when I think about it, it was just only time people attack her is when she felt like threatened. Because like, yeah, other people touch her too.
I was just about to say, like, yeah, like the only time the ether would snap back if it was feel like it was under attack, because it has to have some kind of amount of sentience.
Yeah, that's a big word. I don't know what that means.
Like thoughts, you know, like we are sentient creatures. Well, plants are sentient too, but like, you know, a rock is not sentient. Yeah, thoughts and feelings of its own will and things of that nature. But I was curious, what if like Thor just started dropping his hammer on people's toes? They can't move, they can't get it up. Like, why doesn't, like, I feel like he's not really using the hammer to its full advantage. He can throw it like a frisbee and it comes back to him. Like, that's all great. Like, use the weight of it.
I feel like he doesn't.
He did it to Hulk.
I feel like he doesn't do it this movie. I feel like this movie shows how much like anger and like adrenaline he has. Because like when he messed up Homeboy's face, that was like grief. Like, you just killed my mother. I'm going to kill you right now. Like, there's no other thought in my head. There's no strategy there.
Yeah.
So this goes back to what I was saying earlier. Yeah. When I first watched this, and like the oh my god, JK, these homie bros are great actors. Because when I first watched it, I was like, oh no, like Loki's evil.
Psych.
JK. He literally saves Jane's life,
like literally good guy.
He dies for the second time.
I was like, he had to be believable.
It's not a Thor movie if Loki doesn't die.
That's so sad. Like, poor Thor. His mama just died. This is the second time his brother died.
Seeing it too. He saw his mom die. Oh my god.
He saw his mom die. He saw Loki die the first time. He saw Loki die this time. And it's like,
and he continues.
Correct. And then his last family
member, he sees everyone die.
Literally everyone. Tragic.
But like, that also brings up the question, I wrote this down later. How many times would you grieve someone if they keep dying? Like, what's their limit? You know, like when people sneeze too much and it's like, all right.
I feel like you this is a very special situation.
Like, if you like sneezing 5 times in a row, like, how many times I gotta bless you, you know?
Yeah, I feel like at a certain point,
like, how many times like do you call like they're crying wolf?
Yeah.
Wolf.
But I think that it's like, yeah, you grieve them, and then to a certain extent you're just like, dang, are they just gonna come back again? So you kind of have like this limbo of grief, and then maybe after a couple years you're like, nah, I think they really dead for real this time, man.
And then they come back again.
But I would honestly have to like keep them out of my life. Like you're actually dead to me. Like, you're literally just dead.
So if your sister kept faking her death, you'd be like, all right, it's time for you to go.
Yes. What are you doing this to me for? Like, you're not letting me in on the secret. You could have just let me in. I would pretend. Like, I will pretend be sad. But if you're literally actually making me sad, no, I'm not gonna keep doing this. You're dead. You died the first time that you died. Gotta go.
I forgot that you like that. Once people are gone, they gone.
Because like I literally just did all of this process to process your grief, like to process your death, and you just want to for what? What did you do this for? If you better have a good reason.
Right You're now. Thor, and she's Loki.
Absolutely not. Yeah, no.
She's the youngest child. She feels betrayed.
And she just playing around.
Jealous.
To speak up.
Like your dad favored her over you. Like your mom pitied you, so she taught you magic.
So I'm just fake my death, be dramatic. No.
Anyways,
man, right. What an attention whore.
That's what younger siblings are. Bro. You would know.
And then he talk about, did he mourn? Yes, he mourned in the last movie in Avengers. Oh my goodness, that was so silly. Anyway, though, continue.
We fighting. We in a battle.
We fighting.
Pow pow.
Ooh. Boss fight.
This battle made me notice. This movie is, of course, but like it's very serious. Like we've seen in other past Marvel movies, especially like with Iron Man and like Spider-Man, there's commentary. There's like comedic lines where like you know the superhero says something.
There was barely anything. I think Darcy was the only funny one in the
before that. Like this when they're on Elf Planet, there's like no commentary.
Oh, you're talking about like during the fight?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're just like pow pow. Boom, yeah. Boom. It's just
the fate of the
fighting
universe.
And music.
By the time we do know what the convergence is, right?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Then the planets all aligning.
Yes. And I feel like this speaks to like the tone either of like the movie or like of Asgard, of like serious warriors and like we don't come to play around. Like this is serious. Take our job seriously, because when they get to London and they bring the battle there, that's where we get commentary, and like that's where we get like comedy things that go on. Like we hear like Darcy's little comments. There's also like small scenes. I don't remember what they are. Like there's small scenes in between in the fighting to like not make it so long. They're like, haha, you know, like when they're walking through the library and the girl's like, shh, because of her boots. There's like small scenes like that, and I feel like that's
the kissing.
Yeah, I feel like that's contrasting to like the type of world Asgard is, or like the type of, or maybe like the type of character Thor is compared to like Earth, and like how we take things.
Yeah, I think it's more like that. Like the warriors are taking the battle more seriously. Like, this is not just resting on the fate of Asgard, but like the fate of all 9 realms.
I also think it's characters to like the directors, because this is the last like serious Thor movie.
Yeah, and then we get Wakiti to
then we get like all comedy,
because like the Wakiti guy,
he's a comedic director. That's what he does.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, he was alright, I guess.
Have some fun, make it bright, make it colorful.
Literally. I already said that. Loki died. When they're in
wait, so right after like that whole situation where Loki dies, he turned grayish blue, which I thought that was very interesting. And then we see Odin's messenger like pop up out of nowhere. I don't know if you peeped this, but literally right at the end, like, you know, that whole situation, and someone goes to tell Odin that Loki has died, but we see some kind of green magic, and it's like,
yeah, that's Loki. Oh,
what? Right? Yeah.
Sorry, I picked up on it right away because of the green magic.
Correct. Yeah. So it's just like, clocked. But
yeah.
Now we're going on.
That happens right after,
basically. And then,
I thought they went to London first. Oh, it's okay.
But continue on.
Out of order. Yeah, because I jumped back to London where they all meet up. It's like, Eric, hey man, I know you're not crazy. Yeah, Thor will explain everything to you. And like, small scene, but like when he hangs up Ymir, that's unscripted. I feel like that's just like a cute little thing to put in there. Yes.
I love when they include little unscripted things. Really shows the cast personality.
Yeah. And I feel like it's good when you let actors act.
Yeah, embody the character.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And that's how you know, like, you got a good actor on your team. Like, they're taking their job seriously and living in their character.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, because then I wrote, surprise, Loki isn't dead. After that. Ooh, my phone finna die. Let's wrap this up.
Hurry up.
I like that this movie isn't set in America.
Yes.
We in London. Yeah. We in the UK. Like, everyone doesn't have to be in New York. Like, there's like 15 superheroes in New York. Pick somewhere else. Jesus.
And I think this also like goes to show with the type of, religion that this is and like what it's based off of, because like he had to be by Stonehenge to like see like with the convergence, like that's where the information would be at. It wouldn't be in America. Yeah,
period. International.
Okay.
I feel like this movie also shows how powerful Thor is because he's like taking hits from the ether and like he's getting back up. Like, Thor is the strongest Avenger, like, in the whole MCU. That's a fact. And I'm saying strongest based on strength. Do not come at me.
Okay, what would be the other factor that it was based off? Okay, wait, no. Finish with the notes on your phone first. Because, if your phone's gonna die.
And I feel like part of his strength is also like the hammer, which I feel like ties into Odin and his power. But I feel like Thor is stronger than Odin.
What is Odin's power?
Some magic, because he has like his little staff thing.
Oh yeah, right.
He has to be some type of powerful because he's like the king. Yeah, and like, is their family the only ones that have magic? That was another question. Like, is their magic taught?
Right.
Because Loki had to be taught magic. So, like, was Frigga taught magic?
We also don't know, like, if he wouldn't have had magic, consider that he is of a royal bloodline, just not of Asgard.
Yeah, but he's just like a frost giant. The frost giants don't have magic.
We don't know that. We didn't know if the frost
giant. At least what they've shown. But like, dude, the civilians, are they powerful too, or are they just like regular beings that live for 5,000 years?
And it's like,
imagine living for 5,000 years.
No. But listen, maybe everything is so beautiful over there. Like,
it is. They literally.
Like, it just
did you see the scene when he was looking out the window?
Like,
with the solar system?
I was like, oh my God. I would just
love to live there for 5,000 years.
I would. We just frolicking. It's probably like a beautiful summer weather.
You can wear that
every day. Just no care in the world. Just my golden city until the elves come.
And it's not like they're like you're like London type where they have like tight corsets and stuff. It's all flowy,
and just like
and armor. Like you can fight. Like you can be a bad bee.
Don't play.
But yeah, I feel like it questioned like, where does this power come from? Why is he so powerful? Like he's like the lightning god or whatever. Like what? Like if you're quote unquote you live and die just like humans, like why? I don't know. Big like question mark.
Big question marks. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They also show they're fighting and whatnot. Like the little clip scenes that they show where like they're punching through different universes and to stall. They show like the Asian man. I don't know his name. And like he's just like looking up.
Okay, so
I'm like, why is that important?
We had talked about him before in the last Thor movie about like where did he come from? Does he have an accent? Like, because we're talking about Asgardians. Like, why do they all look the same? Like, why is this one man Asian? Like, he's from a different place.
Yes.
In the beginning where they were fighting, like that was his home.
Yes.
And they had dropped him off there. And I think that it was just showing like, it's literally popping through all the different worlds. And so
okay.
I think he's just a part of that.
Okay. I was like, why is he here?
Like, he's just showing through, is going through all the realms, all the Earths.
Take your family or something.
He was minding his business, and the fight came to him. Like,
what?
Yeah.
So, like, are all people on Asgard white then?
That's what I would guess.
Perhaps.
We haven't seen nothing else.
But Heimdall's
correct. We have seen Heimdall. So then,
and his family, his wife.
I don't know.
Or are they just like Guardians of the Galaxy, like where it just doesn't matter? I feel like all the other planets, like they don't speak on race. It's just Earth.
Yeah, like I don't think that it matters to them at all in any kind of way. Just like curious about their demographic, and like with them being so small, like where did they develop from? It is not like they have that many generations there if they live for that long. Years. Yeah. So
unless they just pop them. Like, how long is their window?
Right. Like, how long
is it? Thousands of years long? Yeah.
Like, how long would be infancy? Like, how old until they're fully grown, or do they just pop out of the ground fully grown? Hey, look at me, I'm an Asgardian.
Well, they're definitely kids because we see that in the next movie. Too. Oh, not that far. Don't we see them as kids in the next movie? In Ragnarok? Or am I tripping?
I think you might be. No, maybe not. Maybe not. I feel like No, we see them as kids in Thor. Like, in the first one. Yeah.
So they're definitely... And we see... Okay, Loki doesn't count. He's a frost giant. But we see him as a baby. But also, if he's just a frost giant, he's not going to live as long. Right?
Unless...
Or do they have, like, special water or something?
Girl, I don't know.
So many questions.
So many questions that do not have answers.
Yeah.
Kevin?
Yeah. We're going to keep saying this to you. You're not going to be sitting here. We're going to be sitting in your office. Because that's way cooler. Anyways. But yeah, do you have anything to say about the fight scene? Because I have nothing else.
Just that she was ready to dive out her man at the end when the thing
that was crazy.
I understand. Can't save him.
Nah, until the end, I'm not gonna like I won't be pushing you
right
until the end.
Listen, but like,
or help me. Like,
no, they wasn't finna help, girl. You finna get squished. Leave that man there. Let him die. That's what they was telling her. She was like, "Nah, this is my man."
And he must be heavy.
A lot of muscle. I've been seeing firefighter videos about how to pick up an unconscious body. You know, just gotta. She ain't on TikTok enough.
Send that to Jane.
I can't. We in different worlds, man. She over there. I'm over here.
Literally. But yeah, they win. They never show us how they contain the ether. They're just like, oh yeah, it's contained. Here you go.
Do what you gotta do.
Because they can't touch it.
Unless it will consume them.
Yeah.
Maybe they just like...
Or maybe because Malachi's dead, maybe it's like less powerful.
I don't think so.
Because they had a connection. There's some tie there. And he was able to get it out of her.
Yeah. Because he made it.
And he's the only one. So it has to like dampen a little.
Maybe.
Not like a lot.
Because
clearly.
Yeah. But maybe it was just like in a more...
fragile?
Or just like more malleable state because like the person who created it is dead. So it's like not as like, I'm trying to get back to my creator. Like my creator gone. I'm just floating. Yeah.
But yeah, now we officially see Loki's not dead.
Yup.
King Loki.
Thor refuses the throne. He's like,
yeah.
I can't be king. I'm trying to go for my shit.
Loki's a great actor because how did he know how to say all that? And like Thor didn't pick up not a thing.
Because even though Odin wasn't hanging out with Loki, Loki was still aware. He was still around, you know, absorbing all of the...
Also, where is Odin?
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like,
and this isn't even like a day difference between like when he came back. So we know now he was the messenger. So like maybe like a couple hours. Somewhere.
He done put him in the prison and he done changed him to look like Loki.
Maybe
that would be messed up. Man.
We will find out next movie.
We will.
But yeah, they take the relic to the collector.
Yes.
Which we will see more this
and
phase.
Now we know that they're called Infinity Stones and that there's 6 of them.
There's 6 of them. The Tesseract is one of them. Now, if you didn't know why we rate based on Infinity Stones, this is why. This is the start of the Infinity Saga.
Yes.
That's what they call phase 1 through 3.
I was trying to figure that out the other day. So hard. Infinity Saga.
Yes. And now we're in the what do they call it? The multiverse saga or something like that.
That sucks. We need a new name. What's your closing thoughts, baby girl?
Why they just leave that frost giant monster like
no for real
chasing a bird?
Yes, just like a big puppy.
No, literally. But also watching this movie, I was also not in the best mood, but I think I like Thor 1 better than I like this movie.
For what reasons?
I don't know. Just the vibe.
I understand. Okay. I definitely think that it is a very important movie to sit like in the set of the phase.
Oh, definitely.
Like I think with a lot Thor, yes, like Thor movies are really important for the Infinity Saga, and I think it's because like he's the first introduction into the world of space.
Yeah, Thor himself too. We'll see in Ultron,
and like he lasts the longest.
Damn. No wonder he has 4 movies and no one else does.
Talking about grief, man. Oh my goodness. And yeah, definitely getting their audience to expand their belief of what's in the universe. These first 2 movies for sure. I don't know how much for the third one and the one after that, but like these first 2 movies introductory into the Infinity Saga, they're just like, oh yeah. My gosh.
No, I think the third one is just like Asgard focused. And then the 4th one is just like Thor focused.
Yeah. What would you rate her?
I actually wrote it down this time.
Yeah, look at you.
I give her a nice 4 out of 6 Infinity Stars.
Me too.
Oh, yes, twins. Oh no, we didn't. Because I wanted to rate it lower than Thor 1. And I looked back at our thing. But I was like, we rated the other one the same too. But no, you gave it a 4.5. And I gave it a 5.
So I guess we both like Thor 1 better than this one. That's all right though. And yeah, but Thor and Jane, they link up again.
They back together.
And Thor will return. Don't be sad.
Thor will return.
He's not gonna be gone too long.
Woo! Woo! Anyways, bro, I've been waiting to say this. Okay, I was watching The Fast and the Furious this morning. I think I lost brain cells. What the heck is happening in that movie?
The Fast and the Furious?
The very first one.
Like with the real actors, or are you talking about the parody? Because there's a parody.
With the real actors.
Yes, like, hold on, let me look.
Vin Diesel.
Okay, you saw Vin Diesel?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
I'm confused.
What do you mean what's going on in the movie?
I don't know what's happening.
What's so confusing?
I'm losing brain cells.
Like, I don't understand what's so confusing.
I really hope... Sorry. I'm going to get attacked. I really hope the acting gets better in the other movies, because one, the acting is trash. Why are they talking like that? Secondly, what the heck is happening? Like, I don't... Like,
what do you mean?
Like, I don't know. Like, I literally don't know what's happening, bro.
You're hilarious.
Like, you know when you're in class and she's like, I can't help you if you don't tell me what you don't know. Girl, I don't know what I don't know. But that's the last movie I watched.
Dang.
I didn't finish it. I had to go to work. But, yeah.
I'm so confused.
So confused.
The last movie that I watched was... I'm not really watching movies right now, but I am watching Love, Death, Robots. It's a little Netflix. A little something. It's cute. Yeah. What's next?
I ain't got no recommendations. I've been searching for stuff to watch. I'm in a slump. So if you have recommendations,
You tell us this episode.
Let me know. And let her know. Down below. Got anything else? I got nothing.
No.
All right.
Go check out them links, man.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching this episode. We are so excited for season 2.
Man.
So much stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Next episode is literally going to be a vlog of the new Captain America movie. So make sure to come back and tune into that. All of our links are down in the description below. TikTok is back.
Oh my goodness, just like you said.
Yeah, you might have noticed with Iron Man, we didn't post any TikToks because we thought TikTok would be gone.
It was gone for a couple of seconds.
It was gone for like 17 hours. And then she came back. So, we're still over there. Check us out. Also, check us out on our other social medias just in case TikTok goes away again. We're there. We're chilling. We're here if you need an escape from, the reality of the world.
It's a crazy place out there.
Let's sit down
about a different universe.
Yeah, come sit down for an hour and a half and escape. We're happy to be here for you. And we'll see you next week. Not wait, it's next week. In 2 weeks.
Bye.